Okay. Hello, everyone's. Welcome to the 50th episode of the Synopsis.
Yay! Did you not sound so dry? You sound so dry.
Everyone.
Gathering.
We are four bad bitches.
Karen! That's not the tagline. Goddamn.
We are four.
Try it again.
I don't even know.
Social media influencers.
Oh,
We're just here.
We're just four individuals scratching and surviving.
Hello.
All right, I'm okay with that.
I'm here with
I'm alright with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. Before we get started, church announcements. We can be followed on all social media platforms at the Synopsis. If you have any, we're not doing this for you today. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, topic suggestions. Did I say suggestions twice?
No,
I suggest you stop saying it.
Well,
Lord have mercy.
we can be reached the Synopsis at
856. Drop it like it's hot.
That's the after hours line.
Tanisha.
That's the after.
Oh!
That's the after hours line. We can be reached at that line. It's 95 cents a minute. So
95 cents a minute. If you purchase 2 minutes, you get the second for free.
hello. The scam gods.
Y'all are wildin'.
I'll drink to that.
The second.
We're
Alright.
2 minutes in, like a whole 2
I feel like we're doing a disservice if we just do a weekend recap.
I know, because we've been on for.
Yes, we've been on for a while.
Woo!
So just
We've been going
fill the
for a
viewers
while.
in.
Now we back. It's to jump off. Okay, go ahead.
Ma'am,
Go to Kim the Queen Bee.
Hello.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
actually here for that. But.
See, I know. You like it.
Laura Bancroft.
And that's where it's rolling.
So, just tell everybody what you've been doing since we've been last on this podcast thing.
Starting with you.
With me.
She was definitely going to pass around.
I was. No assist on that one. Okay.
No.
My bad.
What have I been doing? This is Karen. I have been
Harassing people on social media
Well,
I mean, but
as if it's a day job.
That's never going to change.
that is her every day.
That is never going to
That
change.
is her every day.
I've just been working extremely hard. I finally had a chance to poke my head up, take a few trips. I got one more left in the month, and then nobody talked to me for the rest of the year. Yeah, New Orleans for Stephanie's 35th. So.
oh, well, it's blessed.
Yeah.
Islands.
I will be shaking ass soon to make my money back. So
I support that.
I mean, I just came here to dance. That's it.
I said, okay.
You know.
You gotta work on your wiggle a
Well,
little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
telling you,
that's
this
what
is
I've
why
been doing.
I'm looking for a stripper tutor.
Oh yes, Keisha is looking for
We
a
are
stripper
not-
tutor. She said she got a hitch in her twerk
I do.
that needs to be oiled out. I don't know.
I do.
It WD-40. I don't know. Got a hitch in her giddy up. That was dope.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you, gotta oil up your horsey.
Sometimes y'all always coming at me
No.
when I'm trying to give y'all the knowledge.
No.
Listen,
Now she gotta pass it up. Okay.
I'm not
okay.
talking to Tanisha Eastwood today. I'm not doing it. You heard me.
Well,
I
in
said what I said.
I reckon I'm here.
I reckon me and my players go. I bid you adieu.
All right.
Yes,
So this is
that's what I've been up to.
me, Ty, since Karen just moseyed that right on
Hello.
over to my front yard.
Hello.
Okay.
Park my saddle. Took my boots off.
I'm telling you.
When we spend too much time away from each other.
India, you
I quit.
wait.
India,
India, you're welcome to come on back and join the conversation. You know?
India is giving us a church finger.
Yes, she is.
Further away, 'cause you on the
Oh my God.
Well, it's me, Ty, and what have I been up to since our last
Yes.
time that we've been
Acting a
recording?
fool.
Yes.
acting a fool.
I got my degree, my doctorate in foolishness.
She opened her DMs back up. Her DMs.
Yes. You guys remember I had turned off my comments, and Keisha and Karen they were like in the top 5 of people who had a hard time with that.
Up in arms.
Yes, they were. They were sending me DMs telling me to turn my comments back on. I mean, it was wild, guys. Wild. But what have I been up to? Well, it's my season, Scorpio season.
Yay! Even though she's the birthday Grinch.
Now.
She's the original birthday Grinch, though. If y'all been kicking it with us on 50 episodes, you would know who the real birthday Grinch is.
Well.
No.
It's because I corrected a few people.
First of all, I admit that I don't like other people's birthdays. But Karen has taken that to another level. Every time that I comment on a celebrity whose birthday is in the Scorpio season, Karen is replying to me as yes, heck tea.
Yo, that's petty as hell.
That's one too many times.
It was one time.
I'm commenting on
That's
Aisha Hines because she's like, oh, it's her birthday. You know, donate to a wonderful cause, Scorpio season. Thank you. Who do I get added back from? Karen. Hashtag nobody gives a damn. Excuse me.
I love Aisha Hines as much as the next individual.
Yo, I'm just telling
we
you.
don't need you to be spreading your Scorpio germs all over the time.
First of all, her girlfriend is a Scorpio, and she been hating on her in her snaps.
That is a lie because people
1
keep
+ 1 is
saying
2.
Happy birthday. It's not her birthday. Her birthday is later.
Did you not have 17 birthdays?
Yes.
Were we not continuously saying happy birthday?
To you.
Whose problem is that? One day.
Like I
It won't
said,
be next year. How about that?
like
My
I
birthday's on one day.
said, there is a new birthday Grinch.
You better have one
Next year is
birthday
lit.
celebration.
It's
Her
next year.
and Rufus.
Because I'm graduating and I have a birthday. So,
Back to me in the studio.
Yeah.
I have been going through the ebbs and flows of life. That's what I have been doing.
Is that an upgrade from scratching and surviving?
I think it's an
I
upgrade.
think it's an upgrade.
Because I think it's a surrender.
Oh.
Not
surrender.
surrender.
At a certain point, you don't scratch or you don't
Survive.
you just let it go.
You don't.
Just let yourself go into the ether. That's okay. I understand.
Somebody once said, hop on a bus, Gus. Make a new stand, man. Don't bother to call, Roy. Just set yourself free. That's what I've been doing. Setting myself free. That's a real song. I can pull it up if you want to hear it.
No, we're good.
Why are they both saying that?
Well, Keisha, your turn.
Giddy up your horse.
I'm trying to figure
So you
out.
want to keep it going?
Recap your weekend.
Here you go. Now look at
What
her.
have I been doing?
Now look at her.
I had a wedding
We're
that
gonna
I
keep
was
going.
in.
I'm done, I think. No.
I don't know why they did these with the apple pies. They was fine the first time.
What,
You know
they,
who has a good apple
they
pie?
changed the crust?
Yes.
Burger King.
It's like they put the apples in a cage.
Burger King has a good apple pie.
I don't like apple pie. So anyway,
What?
The look of horror.
I don't like whole apples.
Scandalo.
Oh,
I
God.
don't like whole apples. I like my apples crushed and put into a sauce.
Well, Burger King
She
is
just
like
eats applesauce,
the,
basically.
Thank you very much.
I can't explain it, but it's not whole apples.
Yeah.
You would enjoy it.
Mm,
No, she would.
I wouldn't.
If it's not
I don't want an
applesauce.
apple pie without damn apples in it.
Like,
No, she wants applesauce. That's it.
She talking about it's the apples without whole apples. What
I
the
mean,
hell
they
is
got
that?
the, I don't know how to
Apple
explain it.
What is that? Apple compote?
It don't sound right to me.
No. Anyway, so I was in a wedding.
Apple pie.
Let's talk about the things that you comment on that you don't like. Oh, okay.
This
Let's.
episode ain't never getting started. You see what happened,
Sure.
listeners? We've been apart too long.
We have been. We have
You've
been.
been in the upside down.
Ooh. So
It's
It's like when you put two baby calves in the same wrangle together.
Okay, Tanisha, chill out.
All right.
Now you get far.
All right.
You
I
come
was
in here
gonna
with
have
a
enough
fillet of
soda
fish
to
and
wash
don't know how
down
to
your
act.
biscuit.
Hello.
I'm done.
You too.
The sweet tea.
You too.
The sweet tea.
Anyway, I have been
done.
scratching and surviving.
Scratching
and
and survive.
hanging in there. That was it.
I hear you.
I'm
I
done.
felt that in my shower. I'm trying to make sure that I get in here good.
It's adulthood. It's called
Okay, there we
adulthood.
go.
Yeah, it is.
It's overrated.
India.
Oh, highly overrated.
Back to you, Shaq.
I've been here.
I've been
doing-
there.
I've been doing sorority stuff
That's still going on, huh?
all the time. And it's a never-ending loop.
No, I thought that you were relinquished.
I don't have an official position anymore,
Oh.
but
Praise
you know,
God.
I'm
Just
still
helping out. That's
active
what's
in my
good
chapter
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Your job is never done.
Lifetime commitment.
Child,
That's what they said.
it's a family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got your family members that you can't stand.
All right.
Moving right along.
My God.
Crumbs on the table.
So yeah, sorority stuff has been taking up my life for at least the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm ready to hibernate.
Hello.
Eventually,
Hello.
the air is gonna get cold enough where it
I
hits
am.
my face.
I'm
and
not-
I don't want to go talk to nobody.
Listen.
And I'm looking forward to that section.
After
I
this-
just want to wear this $30 coat that I bought on sale from New
$30
York
coat.
Company. Bro, that coat started
Really?
off at $175.
I need a new Kanye
That's a
coat.
win.
What?
The one I got is. Remember you look at this coat. You see this coat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah.
But I need a new one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it was red, so.
Of course.
Of course, Big
Of
Red.
course it was.
Of course, Big Red.
Because you always said tripping. That's why.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's crazy? Them kittens that I posted, that was our signs. I can't believe they drew your kitten in red. The kitten had on a red overcoat. I said, that's Keisha. That was something else.
Those are incredibly accurate.
And Karen was still celebrating her birthday as a cat. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Wait, I saw a meme about people and their signs, and I was like, this is grossly accurate.
Yeah. So you guys, following us on the IG, check that post out.
We're pretty funny.
It's ridiculous.
We are.
It's
Yes.
ridiculous. But other than that, that's it. I try to avoid people. It hasn't been working. So
Jeez.
I'm going to try again next month.
Okay. Well, lofty goal.
No, it's not. I'm doing good.
Trash.
Wow.
Transition loading.
Push boy.
Yeah.
From electing to stay in the house.
Get out the house.
Can't even.
Get out. Oh my
To
God.
election day. Did everybody vote? I know everybody table
Hell
voted.
yeah, we did.
Everybody
Yeah,
at
we
the
voted.
table voted.
All right. So we have some major headlines in terms of election day. In New Jersey, another trash governor. It's like, no, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I
We
really
didn't
don't
vote for our
know.
governor this year.
I don't really know too much about
Senators.
what happened in
The
Senators.
problem is Bob Menendez is. We had. This was literally
Yes.
what people were
The
saying
less
about
of two
the
evils.
lesser of two evils.
Yes.
That's for
So what's
real.
wrong with him?
Bob Menendez?
Oh, that's the one that got caught with the teenage girls?
Yes, he
Oh,
was going to DR to have sex with underage girls.
Oh, my.
He was also caught with corruption allegations, which he was on trial for before the election started, and I think he got acquitted. Or no, yeah, I think
No, it was
He follows me on IG.
He wasn't acquitted. It was
it was like a hung jury or something.
It was a hung
like that.
jury.
Yeah.
He wasn't acquitted.
So he's probably still very well guilty, but he is our.
Wow.
He is our senator because Bob Hugin is equally as strong. Did y'all see? I forgot to ask y'all. Did y'all see the Gosh, he was on the Breakfast Club.
Bob Hugin?
Yes,
I didn't see the whole.
I saw the whole thing, and
But he would not distance himself.
Oh, yes, that's what they were
And
talking
he
about.
would not, like he would not, and he was like, "Well, what's the difference? I'm here back to being a politician. I'm here to run against Bob Menendez. I'm not, but you're not."
Right.
Yo, I just don't understand.
Give us something.
it. Wow. That's what Cory Booker was pumping for?
Bob Menendez. Yeah.
I mean, the thing
Ain't
about it
no-
is,
There was no
No
other
other
option.
option.
And Bob Menendez wasn't stepping down.
yeah.
So you couldn't have thrown up another Democratic
Right.
candidate because that would have messed up. That we
You
probably
call
would have
it
ended up
a
losing that
fraction
seat.
in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like
Hot garbage.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Like let him have his things, and
Okay.
we just know that he will be able to vote against whoever is the next nominee for.
And that's hard. He's basically like a pedophile.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
I don't know
Whatever
about
they
it.
said that nigga did, he did.
Because we gotta say allegedly.
I mean, our president
Back
is
to allegedly.
You
Yes.
heard what I said.
allegedly. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not shocking at all. In Georgia, we had
Child.
Stacey Abrams. Who's her?
I'm here for Stacey.
Brian Kemp.
Brian
Brian
Kemp.
Kemp. And
Stacey said, I
I
have
had
time.
time.
I have a lot of it. So you're going to count all these votes.
All of them.
All these votes.
Stacey
Do you need help? We can offer
is-
help.
It's 4:46. Stacey is cleaning out. She is scrubbing her cornbread pan right now, and still waiting for y'all to finish counting her votes.
That's right.
She has fried her chicken and made her macaroni and cheese for dinner, and said, I will not concede
That's right.
while
All
I
the
eat this scrumptious dinner
are counted.
until all the votes are counted. That's what she said. She said I
And
have time.
votes are still coming in, not just provisional ones.
Like,
The ones
what?
on the counting machine
Like
that
they
they said
weren't
were
gonna,
closed.
they weren't
Yes.
going to count them.
They
No,
were
they
not
wasn't.
going to
No,
count
they
them.
didn't want to.
And the crazy thing about it is,
Because that whole ass was in charge.
I'm about to say, Kip is in charge.
and he actually did what I will consider an honorable thing.
He stepped down?
He stepped down.
Yeah.
No, because they
No, exactly. That wasn't his being honorable.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's the reason why. he
Because
stepped
they
down?
asked him to step down before, and he said no. So
Hell
you
no.
don't get an honorable mention. No.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck the fact you don't have an upper lip. Fuck all y'all.
Fuck you. Who's next?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Who is
So
next?
and then oh, go ahead, sis.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, equal opportunity. In Florida, with a T.
Fuck
Florida.
Florida, man.
Florida can never get the fuck right.
Never gets it right.
Can
But
never get
I
it
will
But did they
say,
get it right? I think
shout
that he just.
out to Palm Beach County, where my parents live, and Broward County, which is the county next to it, who are like, no, y'all gonna count all these votes.
Yep.
And they are mostly Democratic, and they're like,
Of course.
Here they go. But the thing about it is, a lot of times, I was watching, what was it? I was watching Joe Scarborough, and so what he said was the biggest fight during the 2000 election was pretty much the Democrats telling them, like, we're not gonna count all your votes. And he was like, as a Republican, I was fighting.
Yeah.
He said, I stayed there for 38 days, did not leave my state, did not leave the state of Florida for 38 days and made the Democrats count the votes. He said, how funny is it that Republicans now are doing the same thing that we fought against in 2000?
Well, because I guess.
Because they know it's not going to go towards him.
The fact that it has to be recounted for the Senate and the governor's race
Hello.
lets
Yes.
me know
Twofer.
that Florida has always been and will forever be a clusterfuck.
And something
So the
has
next
run
time
amok.
a raggedy ass hurricane comes,
Ooh.
I want y'all to think about this when you start asking the rest
You
of the
ever
country
wonder
for help.
why these hurricanes? No, let me stop. I'm just playing.
You was getting real
I was about to, but
Wait, did y'all see?
Because you shouldn't be eating corn.
Did y'all see that meme that was going around about the hurricanes and about the spirit of the ancestors?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And I was just like, y'all know that don't make no fucking sense, right? Because usually the hurricanes land where mostly poor people are. So why would the ancestors go attack where our people are?
Right.
Like, if a hurricane could choose where to attack,
It was
I'm
dropping
sure.
on land. It was dropping Manhattan.
Ooh.
Upper East Side. Like,
it was dropping Maine and Montana and all the places where,
Connecticut.
right.
right.
I rest my case. I just can't do.
Oh, yes.
Anyway.
2018, we're still dealing with voter suppression.
An alarming rate.
It's a
And
thing.
I mean blatant.
But honestly, it's not even
Like,
like low key. It's
like-
very blatant.
Listen, when DeSantis said that Gillum was monkeying up the race,
But somebody else made a comment. Like, we're
When
not gonna let you go
DeSantis-
in there and monkey around with these ballots.
Let
And then
me,
talk, like after the
dear
fact.
white people, let me make a flow chart for you. When you should use monkey, ape, or any kind of primate regarding people. Are you white? Yes. Is the
Yes,
person that you're referring to black or of color? Yes. Your answer is hell no.
The end.
We will have visual aids for Instagram.
The end.
I
just
will.
remove it from your vocab. I mean, you don't need it.
Not
There's
to
other
mention, we
words.
know exactly what you're talking about. And
Right.
the fact that they act all surprised, like,
It's
what?
not even adult
They
wisdom.
definitely hit you with the who said that.
Oh,
Yeah, hello.
always.
Hello.
That was
So
like
offended.
because of all of the southern terms I've ever heard.
Monkeying
up.
And I love when they try to say, well, in science, people came from primates. Come on.
If you move their
Come
skin,
on,
it's
CAC.
white under it. But I'm
Don't
gonna
play
keep it
with me.
pushing. You lift up that fur, it's white under it. I'm gonna keep it pushing though. Leave a pin in it right there. Go ahead. Next time.
Mine.
That's what somebody told me. I'm just
Big red Oofmar. All right.
really big red.
So, Big Red Oofmar. I don't know.
Woo.
Maybe I'll add more as the show goes on. 54%.
I was counting the second set of trash.
So petty.
Fancy.
It's no transition for the 54%.
I don't even want to talk about them.
I just.
Honestly, I want y'all.
Like,
I want them to stop asking, like, specifically women of color, and I'm specifically talking about black women. Stop asking me
what they can do,
how y'all can be allies, and how you can help and all this other stuff. Did you remove your grandma's oxygen tank yet?
Damn.
Did you cuss out your raggedy ass yuck mouth uncle at Thanksgiving?
Woo!
Okay.
Did
Y'all
you
not holding your
disown-
family members accountable.
Did you disown your
holding
racist
yourself.
ass parents? Did you punch your racist ass nephew in the sun in the face as soon as he picked up his tiki torch? Like, what are you doing at home?
when he went to pick up his I'm racist kit,
Okay?
and he brought it to the house.
When he showed
Did
up,
you ask any
What was
questions?
your response?
I'm racist uniform.
Right. When he put on that Confederate
When
flag,
all your white
proudly.
sheets started missing.
Look, right.
Started going missing.
When they got 2 eye holes in them.
Jesus.
All your pillowcases.
Take me, Lord.
And
Take
it
me.
is
Hello.
not Halloween time, so they're
Hello.
not ghosts.
Hello.
So
No questions.
that's what
raised.
I need y'all to start doing. That's my overly aggressive answer. Cause I'm sick of this shit. Cause this whole, but I'm an ally. And white people are getting on my nerves too. You start punching white people in the face yet? Then you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough.
We don't condone
Listen.
violence on the synopsis.
We've been talking about fucking people up for a long
For
time.
50 damn episodes.
Oh, damn it.
The Handmaid's Tale is a real thing.
The Handmaid's Tale is a mayonnaise version of what we actually went through.
The 54%,
Mm.
y'all keep playing.
The funny, it's just crazy because it's like when you break down the laws that have been enacted, like I wish the 54% knew that most of the recipients of affirmative action are white women. The laws that we have fought for help you get to where you are so that you can protect this bullshit ass patriarchy that you continue to protect. That
But you know
will
what?
not give a fuck about you when
They don't currently.
Right,
When?
not even not will not, but do not care. Because just weeks ago we sat here through the Kavanaugh thing. We sat here and black women have once again, as usual, stepped up, spoke up. We will protect you when you won't protect your damn self. Did y'all see the video of the black woman who punched the guy out in the Ohio State? Well, around all
yes,
the white men.
yes, that was
None of the
watching.
white men decided to step in.
Yep, I did
And
see
that is a, like, for me, I was just like, because somebody saw that, it was like, that's so crazy. I said, no, this is a visual aid of what happens every fucking day.
But you know what it makes
we
me?
do.
I've been reading Up From Slavery, the story of Booker T. Washington. And
This is good.
yeah, so I've just been, because this climate, you gotta understand the mindset of the people on both sides.
Absolutely.
And so he's from a time where it was a lot more rough for everybody. It was a lot more polarized, and it was more accepted. I mean, we can hide our racism behind certain things these days, but back then you knew what it was. And as he's describing in this autobiography about his life, I found it interesting that he described how even though the black people were in bondage, a lot of them did not have ill will towards a lot of the white people who put them in enslavement. For instance, he said when some of the white soldiers would go away and come back injured, the black people used to fight over who got the right to take care of that person, even though the war that they were fighting was to keep the black people in bondage. So it's understanding the mindset behind, and according to him, it's like, I think it comes off that he feels like the black people are in a better position because we never had that coddling. So we've been forced to develop traits that they didn't develop. So he's like, the white girls and the white boys, they didn't know how to iron their own clothes, they didn't know how to cook, they didn't know how to do these things. We literally had all the tools, even though it was a fucked up situation, to become great if given the opportunity. So it just like puts those different things into perspective. And it made me think, when it comes to white women, they've had a luxury of not needing to care or look out for anyone, because they're deemed as the victim against black men, right? Like they're always seen as like holy. So they've never had to really put themselves in our mind frame of we have to defend and protect, because nobody's coming for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we always have that within us to the point where now you look at white women and it's fucking frustrating because we don't have similar experiences.
Well, you know what it is? I think now white women are acting like that, but they loud and wrong about the different shit.
What you mean?
So like they seem to think people are coming for them now, and it's just like, girl, no, nobody fucking worried about you. Why are you here? What are you worried about? But especially my issue has always been and will forever be white feminism. Like on election day, I saw these raggedy bastards putting stickers on Susan B. Anthony's.
Oh yeah,
her
she
radio.
fought against black women.
And I distinctly remember the quote being something
I will die before
I will cut my right arm off before I let a black woman be able to vote.
Hello.
So you trying to tell me the women's suffrage movement was for us? No, bitch. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It never was. Y'all never included us in it. But we are such ethereal creatures that we are worried about everybody.
Yeah.
Because we know if one of us is doing bad, that's going to trickle down to the rest of us.
Yeah.
I was actually just having a conversation with my sister about this earlier this week because one of like my sorority's first public things was to march in the women's suffrage movement. And there was a long conversation that we had, like, we knew that these white women didn't give a good damn that whether we voted. But we knew the end game. Like, the end game is that eventually we would be recognized, that eventually we would have all of this. But we knew that women's rights was necessary from the beginning. Like, we needed to do that. But it's just crazy how it's like we always feel the need to take care of. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I think we all do it. Like, at the end of the day, if
is it that we need to take care of, or that we face so much fucked up shit that we just have humanity?
I think
At a certain point, is it
it.
even about, because you understand through the process of living and your ancestors and where we are right now, if you could drop a pin in a location, you understand what comes of everything. You kind of understand where things lead. So for you to choose to protect, to be kind, to do for other people, even though they have a history of not giving a damn about you, that's one of the biggest displays of humanity that I could even think of.
Right.
Because it's easy to choose like the other side and just become racist and I'm better than you and not reach a hand out to extend on the other side. But the more difficult decision is to, even though you could care less whether I live or die, I'm still going to show up for you.
That also comes into terms like how we've been raised.
Yeah.
So as far as black women are concerned, because that's all I've been raised by, so that's only who I can go by. Like, it's one of those things where my Nana had been through so much shit in her life. It was one of those things where I would listen to her talk about her life, and I'm like, I don't even understand how you talk to white people. For real. Because
tell me about it.
Like, my Nana had to drop out of school. She had to drop out of high school in 10th grade because she had to take care of my uncle, and she had to take care of her 2 baby sisters. So the area that I live in now, she was coming over here from Philly to clean white people's houses. And I'm just like, ooh, this is one hell of a leap here. And then my Nana was a nurse. So she finally went back, got her GED, all that other stuff. She became a nurse. The nurses at this time weren't allowed to wear nurses' whites when they graduated. The black nurses had to wear light pink. And the white nurses got to wear the nurses' whites. So Nana, being the woman that she is, she got all the black nurses to bond together and protest, and they wouldn't show up to work, and they would picket in front of the hospital so they could get the right to wear their white uniforms and stuff like that. Eventually they caved, and everybody got to wear the white uniforms.
And I bet you on the other side, it wasn't important to them.
Nope, because they just give it to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, y'all don't have women in your family who have built themselves up through struggle. Because we've seen that, and those stories have been passed down to us, so we understand that we have to pull people up with us when we're going up. Because if we don't, all of us are going to be fucked.
Exactly.
But
exactly. Like,
white
even,
women.
Like, even, but even,
And not all.
Go ahead. Even you saying that, like, I remember my grandmother.
That's closer to 60. Huh?
But I remember my grandmother, like, casually telling me, oh yeah, you know, she used to clean houses for white people, but saying, yeah, I would have to leave at a certain time. And my grandmother lived in the South before she moved up to Camden in the 70s. She would have to leave at a certain time because the same women of the men's houses that she was cleaning, if she didn't leave by a certain time and get home by a certain time and take certain back roads, they were part of the KKK. What the fuck? So they were going to come after her, like, and she did, what can you do?
There is nothing you can do.
Like I gotta do these things for my kids. Like, just listening to her and her stories and like all of the things that she's been through, and she's just like, you know, there were some nice white people and there were some mean white people, and I knew which ones were which, and kept it pushing.
Right.
And then you ever look at in your current situation, I find myself sometimes at work or in other places and just thinking like, I wonder what side of the argument this person would be on.
Oh, absolutely.
Just by the way that they, you know, carry themselves, the words that they use. Like, I've encountered a few people in my job, and I'm like, man, if this was a later time, I know exactly
which side.
Yeah, who you would be. Yeah.
That's why
I try not to talk about stuff like
that's
that.
That's why I show up.
Did
you hear about the black man that was killed? That's why I try to show up, because therefore I need to know where you stand. I do.
I don't need to know, honest to God, because I want to keep my job. And I know how I am, because as soon as somebody says something sideways, because I'm always the moral compass in the office, and I've come to realize this, because the older black women, they'll just talk amongst themselves. And I'm just like, well, Barbara, let me tell you how that's wrong. Here's the PowerPoint. I got it bullet pointed and highlighted so you can understand how you got this whole argument fucked up. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So, but outside of white women, somebody else brought this up to me, but the Hispanics in Texas who voted for Ted Cruz.
In Texas.
Honestly, y'all raggedy motherfuckers didn't deserve Beto. You didn't deserve him. A Beto, Beto,
Beetlejuice. And I don't want to hear y'all talking no shit about our names. These are times when I say I don't want to hear nobody talking shit about black people's names, because y'all out here Beto. That sound like, remember back in the day, did you ever have special friends, Spanish friends, and they named their kids like, come here, Beto. That's what I thought his name was.
I thought that was a nickname, but I did. We talked about in the group chat that Hispanics actually vote conservative a lot of times. That they absolutely do. And there is I think sometimes a conversation, or I've heard like whispers of a conversation within the community, like, you know, what we gonna do? Like, because there's sometimes of the, oh, we're here now, we're established, we don't want them to get here.
Plus, there's also a division amongst the countries.
Yes.
So it's like some countries feel like they're above others.
So like if you're like Spain, Spain versus like Mexico.
But even so, how do you align yourself with a party that says we are openly building a wall? We're trying to build a wall to get people that look like you out of here.
Once again, they saying that ain't us. That's those. That's what they said.
That's
you said you hope they enjoyed it.
No.
That's what she said. She hoped they enjoyed the authentic Mexican on the other side of the wall.
Because I don't know what y'all think.
All the chips and guac you can eat. I just don't understand it. That'd be like me getting behind Trump.
We don't endorse it, but at the same time, you're going to have people in that community that are going to be there to help to build this fucking wall. Because they seem to think that they've assimilated themselves into whiteness so crisply because they pass for white.
Yes.
And they don't roll their R's like they're supposed to in their names.
My God.
Because they want to make it easier for the colonizer's tongue to pronounce it. Instead of having the sing song in it like your ancestors wanted you to have it.
What did I just hear? Somebody said for white people, for their culture, they don't see anyone as humane or civilized unless they speak like them. So
Yep.
they don't
Wow.
accept.
Yep.
Yeah. And you think about it,
Think
through
about
the
it.
history of
Spot on.
colonization and all that other stuff,
Wow.
you are seen as a savage.
Yep.
Unless
Exactly.
you can speak the white man's tongue and you can
Uh-huh.
dress like the white
And
man.
you start to
Yes.
behave like they
Yes.
do. You
Yes.
have to completely
Wow.
drop your identity and your
Yes.
culture and mimic what they do
Right.
to be
So
treated
what
as less than a
type of-
person.
for you to believe that you are a superior race, but at the same time you can't even exist with anything different from yourself, that to me is inferiority.
Oh, that's
Like
a
you-
Napoleon complex. Like I've never
Yeah,
seen
like
it.
Exactly.
for you to
Exactly.
think that you are the dominant race, but you cower and try to change and wipe out anything
How
that's
you
different from
dominant race
you.
and you still can't season your food? Like how? How?
Next topic.
We just talking about, you know, racism and where it comes from
You
and
still can't even
the
catch,
ideas
you
behind
still
it.
can't even catch the beat.
Child, clapping on every third and
Not-
fifth beat.
Not all. Not all. Not all.
Most.
I had
of
a friend that once said,
She over here smacking nets in the air.
Yes.
I can't do
less melanated people, they dance to the words of a song
Yeah, I've heard that too.
and not the rhythm. So
And
they're
I've tried
dancing
to listen to the words as I was watching, and I
We
still
just can't.
How about-
We
So
are
how are
not
you
wired like that.
No,
I can do
because
both.
white people love playing Nelly in the club. And how are you dancing to fucking
Hot in her.
Yeah. How?
Hot in her.
Well, I got a Mosey. You guys want to see?
They radio in the
It's
rhythm.
getting
What's
hot
their
in
favorite
here.
move? What's their favorite move?
What the fuck is going on?
I bust my Mosey out in Drake yoga today,
Oh,
and
God.
my best friend was trying to put me out of place.
What?
As she should have. As she should have.
No, because when it
Why
sounds
would
like
you bust your
it sound like Drake
Because
does
you
the
gotta-
the Mosey.
First I had to bring it around town. You know, because my leg was up already.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just brought it around town, and then I put my leg down, and it went right into a Mosey.
My kind of carrying on.
My God.
Okay,
Because
boy.
dancing to our culture is a spiritual experience.
It is.
It goes through your entire body, that vibrates everything. I can't expect a culture who likes to kill and maim and do those things to understand that. Or the rhythm of life.
Well,
Well. Next topic.
who's next?
Who's
Okay.
next?
Well, Trump versus black women.
No! I'm sick of it. Do we still have to talk about this too?
Listen,
Jesus.
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
All I know about is April Ryan. So can somebody from
Oh,
Indiana-
really?
Yeah.
There
There
was
are
another-
Call her a
three.
loser.
Three.
Yeah.
You call her a loser?
He called her a
He called
loser.
her a loser.
There was a reporter from CNN, a young black girl.
Yes.
She
Girl, let me tell y'all something.
Hold
Get
on.
Simone Sanders, please. Send Simone Sanders to the White House.
You know what the tweet
Let me see him
I
call
like?
somebody a loser.
Somebody put a tweet out and said, if you news people, I think it was Anika Noni Rose, matter of
Ooh.
fact.
Oh,
She said
yes.
if
Did you brought that up? That was
Yes,
what you said?
yes.
Oh, yeah, she was
Go ahead.
saying like, if you news people really want to do something important, send all of your black staffers to the White House
There'll
press
be
conference.
12 people there.
Right, if you have them with the
And
hashtag.
all of them won't,
If
all
you
the
have 'em.
channels won't be represented. The young
But can
girl
you
from
imagine that?
Mm-mm.
Him coming out and saying all brown. Oh
Here's the
my
thing that
God.
really pissed me off with
Briefing canceled.
Yes.
It's raining. Clear my schedule.
Oh my
It's
God.
raining because I'm about to make it hail.
Why somebody don't throw shoes at him like they did at George W. Bush?
Well,
First of all, he couldn't even stand getting a question from Acosta. He was just like,
Girl.
sit down. And then he wouldn't sit down. So he was just like, I can't believe he won't sit down.
But
Sit down. You sit down.
But the fact that they tried to say that he assaulted.
First of
That
all,
shit.
that was ridiculous.
Ooh.
To me, what I saw was the girl grabbed the mic, tried to grab it for him, and she like yanked down and went like this. And go backwards. He was already talking with his hands. So she caught him mid talking with his hands. And they trying to act like she got herself. That to me was typical 54% right there.
Lindsay
Put
Lohan strong.
herself in the middle of the situation.
But
That she
honestly,
didn't
I don't think she was the one that
I think it was the White House
Oh.
spin that
Yeah,
tried
it
to
was
make
the White
it
House
seem
spin
like
that tried
because
to
they
make it
You
edited
part
the
of the
video.
White House, it's your spin tip.
They edited the video, and that's the shit
Yeah.
that really kills me. Because
Yeah.
when I watched it happen live, and I'm like, and then I saw later on in the
He was
day,
like, excuse me, ma'am.
like, excuse me, bitch.
Exactly.
Like the bitch was implied. Like, motherfucker. Like, that shit. Ooh. But the CNN lady, she asked him, what was she? I think she was asking him about if the new guy that he has as the Attorney General, if what he said is going to affect the Mueller investigation. And he said to her that was a stupid question.
Yes.
Oh my.
When
he
Yamiche
called
Alcindor
Okay,
asked
so
him the question.
I have the names. I have the names. The lady that we're speaking of, her name is Abby Phillip, April Ryan, and then Yamiche Alcindor. Continue.
So Yamiche Alcindor asked him a question about if his rhetoric. Now this is during the white woman squall conference after election. So Yamiche Alcindor asked him if he thought his rhetoric was influencing what's been going on in the world.
Yeah.
He said that was a racist question.
Well, she asked him to define what he meant by calling himself a nationalist.
Yes.
Because white nationalists were like, hey, he's with us.
Yeah.
Now, any normal, regular president, even, it's so crazy because I remember every time I don't know why, but every time I see this fool act the way he
You go back to
does.
Bush?
No. I actually go.
Because I do. And remember how we dragged Bush?
We did.
Oh, he's the first.
Oh,
no,
I'm
no,
still
no.
Dragon Bush because
Hold
he
my
supported
beer.
Kevin.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
fuck you.
Hold
Yeah,
my
no,
beer.
Hold
no,
my
no.
beer.
But he, yes, we did drag him, but now it's like, he wasn't all that bad.
Mm-mm.
However,
No, he was still that bad.
No, he was horrible. But
Yeah.
I go back to The Butler, the movie, and there's a scene where I forgot which president is talking, and one of the guys with the butler looks over and says, "Oh, we're Negroes now. That nigga calls us nigga more than I say nigga."
Oh.
And so, as racist as presence as we had, they at least pretended. At least pretended.
Well, let me ask you
I'd rather
something.
have
How do you
my
like your
races up
racist?
front.
Yeah.
I'd rather-
Do you like your racist up front, or do you like it with a sheet on?
So I know where to direct the fuck yous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would you rather have your racist up
I'd rather
front
know.
where you know where someone stands, or would you rather have be your boss that you don't know?
I would rather, especially in this day and time.
I'd rather
of
say,
social
because
media,
let me tell you,
they've been getting people up out of
after,
here.
after the last presidential election, I feel like a lot of us had to get rid of a lot of people. Because
Yes.
like, well, hold on, I didn't know. Come on out that racist closet.
Look
Is it hot in there?
The door was off. We
There
didn't
were.
know.
Who else is in there with you?
Had
Several
no
members
idea.
of the class of 2003.
Child,
Listen.
they got that block.
Excuse me, not just 2003. Let's
Several.
talk Pennsauken High in general.
General,
Right.
yes, but there were a few of them that we was just like, oh.
Block you, block you.
Which is so crazy because
I
I
can
think
live amongst people and not know.
right.
Let me give y'all an example.
Mm.
I've been on this show for 50 episodes now. 50 episodes. I didn't find out that Karen and Keisha was standing for churches until episode 48.
Wow.
Standing for who?
Church is chicken.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you think you know somebody, but you gotta ask the hard questions. Then they tell you about the fresh nickels.
Look,
Okay?
oh God, I'm taking my.
Hey Karen.
Fresh nickels.
No, what I'm doing is
DJ
What's
Fresh,
up?
this DJ Fresh Nichols.
on the.
Wait, can I tell them the story?
I'm here. Just out here offering. Just out here offering
Let
good
that rock, let
services.
that rock,
No,
let that
no,
rock.
you
No.
do.
I'm not telling the
No,
story.
absolutely.
Out here
I got
offering
one.
good services.
You the tiebreaker.
Go ahead. I'm with it.
Okay.
All right.
Because
I got
from
that
now
story
on,
then.
and once you tell the story
Got
from
that
now on,
story
we
then.
can have hashtag fresh nickels on whatever the fuck
Or
we
whatever
want to.
we
Oh
want.
my
Okay,
God.
guys, this
So-
is an exclusive.
Let it rock.
So we was in a group chat talking about things. I don't even know how it came up. Jesus.
You know, we be talking about shit.
We were talking about things.
Just
So
come
I
back.
was just saying, you know, I like to ask guys different questions before, you know, you get intimate with them and just like that. So I had asked a particular gentleman, I ask this question all the time, like, what does vagina taste like to you?
Well,
And his response was fresh nickels. And I don't know who he was talking about in reference to the fresh nickels, but it floored me because fresh nickels, not just any nickels, could have been a penny.
So not the ones that was riding around in your pocket.
Yes, not the one with the crumbs in it.
Stuck to
It
the hole.
could have been
Fresh
quarters.
from-
It
fresh
could have
from the
been
mint.
shiny quarters.
fresh from the
But he
Fresh from
said,
the mint.
this
He went and
particular
picked
gentleman
those
said
nickels up
fresh
from
nickels,
Philadelphia.
and then he said it tastes like the jaw of the mouth. So that was shout out to him, cause that floored me.
That sounds
And
like
then
it puts the lotion in
Karen's
its
raggedy ass
basket.
gonna change her damn Twitter name to Fresh Nickels.
So for all of our followers
Ugh.
who also follow Karen on her personal personal.
Did you change it back now?
No.
No, you know she didn't.
No.
You know she didn't.
No.
So
You gotta. That's another. You think you know somebody?
You know what pisses me off?
Never
She
expected that.
commented on one of my tweets. And I'm like, who the hell is this First Nichols motherfucker? And then I look and I'm like, God damn you, Shakira. What the? How dare you? How dare you?
It's me. It's a me.
it's a me.
The moral of the story is, you never know.
Into your ass.
Exactly.
Hello.
I can't.
So next.
So we like our racism up front
Yes, we do.
Yep.
on
Yep.
the silver platter.
Yep.
Deep fried.
That's it.
Sheets sold separately.
She's sold
With
separately.
a side of hot sauce.
Wow.
Rebel Wilson.
A rebel without a cause.
Rebel
Without.
Rebel Wilsons
Mm.
with an S.
Without a
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
I just
That had to
Because
be.
I'm so excited to be the
the
first plus size star of a romantic comedy.
Ma'am.
Have you met them?
Miss
Twitter
Miss
said.
Dana Owens would like
Twitter
to
went
talk
just
to
like
you.
this. Excuse me.
Hold my beer. Excuse
Listen,
me.
you know what?
Twitter said.
I watched this unfold on
The
Twitter.
excuses were
Bruh.
top notch.
So Black Twitter is one of my favorite things that has ever been created because people were showing like, hey, I too was blocked by Rebel Wilson. It was dead ass. It was
When she
dead
started
ass.
making sense, she said, "I don't have time."
Yeah, she
And
was
it wasn't
blocking
even
everybody.
like they would screenshot what they said, and it would be very, regular like, hey girl,
She
hey,
just was blocking.
just so you know that you're loud and wrong, let me tell you
She
why
pulled a
you are.
Miller.
Ooh,
She
child.
doubled down.
Ooh,
She said
child.
something wrong.
Miller, man.
Then she doubled down on it. And then she came back and apologized.
And she
but it
started-
wasn't even a real apology.
The
As
whole
usual,
weekend,
though.
she was blocking only Black and people of color who were saying something to her.
But the
making
crazy
sure
part about it is the first person who let her know that she was wrong
Monique.
Was a white girl.
was a white girl.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Monique came in there later. She didn't block Monique though.
What did Monique and her button say?
No, Monique went on the.
She was on the I love
I
us.
love
Uh-huh.
us for
Right.
Hey,
sweet,
Rebel. Sweet baby.
there you go, sweet baby.
Sugar biscuit.
Lenard.
Sugar blick.
Lenard, you know what?
Rebel. Hey, baby.
Because when you do call
Rebel. Hey, baby.
what she say? to her?
Rebel.
It was basically like, don't cancel out the sisters that came before you, especially your sisters in comedy.
It's hard enough
Blah
for
blah.
us.
Exactly.
She
We gotta stick together.
No, she didn't block Monique,
She
but
didn't.
literally, when I tell you by Sunday, they was talking. Black Twitter was talking about how they was having a Rebel Wilson Block Me brunch.
Wow.
Yo, why we so lit? Yo, this is what because our specialty is taking
Yo.
pain and turning it into
Barbecue
So
baby.
everybody,
We had a whole barbecue in there.
dead ass.
That's it.
So everybody that was blocked by Rebel Wilson in that weekend, they all came to Twitter and they was all discussing how, how I too was blocked by Rebel Wilson. And then I want to
They
say
should've made
that
a
they did.
They did.
Yes.
Lord Jesus.
And then by that Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, Rebel Wilson had, I guess her PR people finally got a hold of her like, hey girl, you can't be out here blocking all these Black people. Like, you just can't do it.
You
Like,
can't.
first of all, my problem with Rebel Wilson, other than the fact that she's loud and wrong, as a plus size woman, I don't need my weight to be the butt of the joke. And
Every
that's the
time.
only way that she's funny.
Yes.
Is
This is
because it's
true.
just like, oh, hey, look, I'm so fat, but you love me. And it's like, no.
Like, if you
like
want to be funny, be
she don't got no
funny.
real talent.
Like,
she
No.
doesn't. Not
Because
at all.
who's the other plus size girl?
Melissa McCarthy.
Yes,
Oh.
I love her.
She is funny.
Funny
She's
as
talented.
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she's
I love
mad
her.
talented.
She's about to be in a new movie where it's more of like a type series.
Yo, she
Uh-huh.
killed it
Yeah.
in Bridesmaids. Like,
Yo,
she's
she
so-
really
she's
did.
funny.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Any
mad
movie
funny.
that Melissa McCarthy is in, I know I'm going to enjoy
Rebel
it.
Wilson
Yeah.
and
Right.
Amy Schumer.
And she don't.
Wow,
People.
Amy Schumer
No,
is
Amy
the
Schumer
Lena
has never
Dunham.
been funny to
She's
me.
the Lena Dunham of
Y'all
comedy.
can keep that.
She really is.
Keep her.
Because first of all, hold on, because Rebel,
Rebecca.
didn't you see that your girl Schumer was in a movie where she played
A
the time
romantic
in her?
comedy,
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
And LeBron James was in there.
Oh, train wreck. Yeah.
Yes, and that was a train wreck. It was horrible. But what
What
I'm saying is,
But sis, it is
and then she gonna say,
2018.
but were they really plus
Plus
size?
size?
What? I
First
got
of
a bag
all-
of fresh nickels. I like to take and hit you upside the
Me and my
head.
Tifa been fine and thick.
Wow.
My whole
Ma'am,
life.
you what alternate universe is
Even
you living
with
in?
all the weight that Monique
That-
has lost, she's still
She's
considered
still
plus
fine
size.
and thick. She's still fine.
Queen
And that ain't even
It's still
Australian
considered-
sizes. That's
Yeah.
American size.
Right.
Hold up. The like considered plus size is like, but in 2000, in the year of our Lord 2018, why did
This
you think
economy.
that you was going to be the first plus size person in a romantic comedy?
First of all, she not.
Who told you that? Where did you get?
What a Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake.
Shorty
Ricky
from
Ricky
Hairspray.
Lake.
Hairspray? Yes.
And most people like, well, that's a musical. I don't care. It
It's
had
been
a
a
chubby
movie, too.
woman in the lead. Fuck you. Have a
Pay
nice
me.
day.
Yeah, I just don't know what Rebel Wilson's point was.
Rebels.
I think she wanted to be the
You out here
first
smelling
of
like dirty
something.
pennies.
Dirty
Wow.
pennies. Not
Dirty
nickels.
pennies.
I think
Dirty
she wanted to
pennies.
be the first of something, and she
The first-
definitely-
To be loud and wrong about her accomplishments.
Oh, well, that isn't that a normal white woman trait?
That is.
Moving on. Ooh. Who was it? That's the low hand squall. That lady socked her. She tried to grab that lady's son. Abaka-san. Abaka-san. Come with me, Abaka-san. First of all, my son's name ain't no fucking Abaka-san.
And everybody
whacked her
was like,
silly
"Yes,
ass.
Oh my
not
God.
Farsi."
She gonna act like she was surprised. Oh, who? What the fuck? How you gonna squall when you try to steal somebody's kid?
That's what the F she
I'm
gave.
gonna make that a ringtone.
Yeah. just loop it. Oh,
Like I said, white woman in distress.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
That could be their call.
I don't have the
Oh,
time.
shit.
I don't have the time.
I do because I would watch that on repeat.
Yes.
Why?
On repeat.
Dumbass.
Because that squall is really what sent me.
Yo, didn't it?
It's
That's
really
what
what
did it
sent
for
me.
me.
But she was
It
still,
did.
the squall, through all of that, she was still recording.
Right.
Fell on the ground, got busted in her head. And she
I'm
was
so
still
scared.
recording.
I'm scared.
That
That's when
was her
she
fearful
activated
squall.
victim.
Yes!
Now she activated victim with the squall.
Child.
Ooh, oh, victim. I've been
I
assaulted.
cannot. Well, this is getting off topic.
Oh,
but I can do that because I'm the host.
Who said she could?
Who said
Abaka-san.
So who is at this table is trusting the process? I know Keisha is. Keisha
What?
still trusting the process?
I'm nervous about this process
Because let me tell you,
How are you even talking about it? You're not watching
process
that.
I flip it, I still get the alerts from ESPN.
Why would you do that if you're
Oh,
not
y'all
watching it?
generous. Thank you for the
Yeah,
swig.
yeah, you can have a little.
Oh, I was.
Let me show you. Let me. Look what they did. They left me a cap full of fucking juice. Oh. Let me put it in my cup.
It's a shot. It's a shot.
Communion.
It's a shot. It's
Oh
a shot.
my God.
He left me a cap. Goddamn
Oh my
fool.
God.
Come back. Come back.
Wow. Wow. A real big wow.
Oh
Oh,
my
really?
God.
Big wow. Going in the end. This is the thing. They was passing the juice around like this.
You should have got
Okay? And then gonna leave it right in front of me like, yeah, Ty, you go ahead and finish it off.
when you
You should have known.
It's in Leviticus.
Talk about, go ahead and finish it off, Ty.
It's in Leviticus.
Fucking cat fool.
Who said you finished it off?
Nobody said this.
They did.
Who said that?
Karen did it. It was in her. It was in her energy.
I don't
Like
know.
she did one of these ones that sat there.
Who said that?
You got. That's all you.
Anyway.
Oh my God, I can't.
The process has been
Oh.
flipped upside down yesterday. The Sixers traded Robert Covington, praise God.
Oh.
And a few others.
Because the last game I watched, that man couldn't guard a wet paper bag. And they were giving him all kinds of money. So I'm just happy
As
that he's
usual.
scoring. But they've got Jimmy Butler and everybody in the
They
city.
actually they
It's
traded
exciting.
Covington and somebody else though, and like a second. Sarge.
Porridge. What?
Right?
I don't
I don't know
know.
what they talking
Somebody-
about.
Who's that? Hopper, who's this man?
Oh gosh.
Are you?
Anyway, ticket
Okay.
prices going up. On a Tuesday.
Are they?
On a Tuesday.
Are y'all watching Ready for Love on?
No.
No.
Do I have on? No. How you watching it? Oh, well, we got the app. I don't watch the
Talk
app.
about, girl.
It's not live.
Yes, we do.
Oh yeah, we can watch it live on the app. I don't know. My girlfriend
I know.
just flipped my life upside down. I don't know. I got 2 Fire Sticks and an Apple TV that don't get no use. So
What?
yeah, I'm about to donate some of them.
Ooh.
That's how I felt.
We trying to cut. Let me tell y'all something. I had
Get that first cable bill.
No! I've been reviewing my finances. I keep on trying to tell my husband, like, yo.
Listen, you can cut so
I'm
much.
like, yo, we have to cut our cable. Like, bitch, we gotta cut our cable.
Y'all still got cable?
We still got cable.
We got the basic one.
I'm like, bro, we gotta cut our cable. So, I don't know we can just.
The people at Comcast will tell you to get a damn Roku and hook that
Ain't
shit
it
up.
crazy now, though?
Yes.
You used to get everything on the one cable bill. Now you got a bunch of fucking apps.
Yep.
So they getting you. They gouging you either way.
Honestly, even when you do cut the cord, sometimes that shit adds up to a cable bill
Yep.
with all the separate things that you
Exactly.
have.
And the gotcha.
Right.
That's why I'm
So-
gonna just keep cable.
Now you need more
Well,
memory on your phone.
I had.
Now you need a bigger phone with a bigger plan.
Listen,
It's all
I
together.
had the wireless and the Wi-Fi from Verizon at like $75 a month, and then my DirecTV now is like $40. So I mean, you can add channels on. So we get like the basic channels on DirecTV now because AT&T offered it to me when I was with them, and I felt like for $35 a month or $35, plus tax, whatever, for that much a month to basically have
That's not
cable,
bad.
like
That's not
not
bad
bad. But
compared
some people are
to-
paying upwards of like $200.
Yes.
So, and I can
They
just stream it
sure.
on any TV that has an Apple TV. So I was like, oh, that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
So yeah, we're trying to
Gotta
save
buckle
money.
down.
And I'm like, bro, we got to
Yeah.
cut our cable, like, and
Only thing he
This
probably wants
man-
is the sports. And you can
yeah,
get
he do.
You
And
get
I'm
a
like,
little-
this
get your
man
little
is holding
package.
on to their life, and I'm like, well, what we gonna do about the baby? She gonna be Scoop Ball gonna be good as long as we got
Football can
internet.
watch the Nickelodeon app all day. It should be good to go.
Don't they got a kids
Oh.
YouTube these
That's-
days?
I was just about to
Yeah,
say,
they do.
all Scoop Ball wants is her tablet and her kids' YouTube. That's it.
So
And then
good.
she gets to sing her ABCs in Spanish. That's it.
I like it. Scoop Ball is a Scorpio too.
She is. She's
Yeah,
bossy
she
and demanding. She told me
Hello.
to sit down one more
That
time.
sounds about right. Keisha,
She almost got chopped in her throat
Keisha.
last night. It took me 4 hours to do her damn hair.
give me my tablet,
Listen.
Keisha.
Is it funny?
No,
Is it
factual.
funny?
Like literally sit at the table talking about some. Mommy, come my tablet
Ah!
with a finger.
We stand in
I'm
Queen.
gonna bite
What
that
she
finger.
wants.
She said I'm gonna bite the finger, sis. Or she'll drop her spoon and be like, "Mommy, my spoon."
I'm glad you know where it's at.
If you don't have your
That's
own,
the kind of parent I am. That's the kind of parent I am. I'm
Rude.
glad you know where it's at.
Rude.
She.
Shoot, my niece had to break down about these. I know God gonna give me boys. I know it.
No, you're not. Just because you said
No.
Just 'cause
Because
you
I already
asked
did.
him
I'm
for
doing
it.
one. I got one. That's it.
Just because you
I don't
asked
got
it.
no more.
Okay,
Just 'cause you
let me
asked
tell
it.
you
I know I'm
how.
probably gonna be in the ER because they're gonna be breaking shit all the time. But that's
let
okay.
let me tell you how you get boys.
Ooh.
You
I gotta
get
put my leg.
no. You
Okay.
get a husband who doesn't have a whole past. I know
That's
our
not
next
true.
child is probably going to be a girl because my husband had a whole past.
I don't think that's all necessarily true.
You sure?
The Saints. I don't.
Think about all of the people who you know in your life who was like a big hoe. Like sometimes medium hoes get away. They kind of do half and half. But like the people who are like
Ooh,
big
yeah.
hoes.
A lot
Like
of
I got a
times.
friend who got like 5 girls, and I was just like, ooh.
No,
boy,
because
you
the biggest
are
hoe I know, he
horrible.
got a lot of boys.
Really?
All boys, as a matter of fact.
Oh, God was being nice to him.
Yeah, that's my
made,
uncle.
He
My
must have made a
uncle
deal with the devil.
7 kids, 8 baby moms, 6 baby moms. I don't know how.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
Yeah.
that. But yeah. We out
Well,
here. We out
so moving right along.
Yes.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So
Mm.
today, this episode, it's our 1 year anniversary.
We've been doing this for
One
year.
whole year.
a whole year.
Whole last
This
year.
is episode 50, allegedly, because
50.
you guys know.
The
if
hit
you're
it
down-
episode. Woo boy.
It's been like 2 or 3
We had like 2
episodes.
or 3 episodes.
Nah, but
No,
the
that one
real
hidden
shit started.
episode.
Keisha was out here saying some things.
Wow,
For her
shit.
60-second shootout.
She was getting her
about the
people together.
ministries.
Why you gotta sing it like that? She said, ministry.
She really was. She was
And my computer
together.
said that is too spicy, and we
I
won't
really
be
think that's
releasing
what
that.
happened.
I think your computer
Oh,
was trying to
shit.
keep you from.
Computer
Your
knew.
computer was like, if we publish this, this is definitely.
Well, you're gonna get shut
Yeah,
down.
Like,
and plus I had the dirty board game episode. That was a good episode.
Again, see? My computer said the YouTube spice.
What, you got the same package?
No.
I think her computer
Most mornings I don't watch on this. No. Ain't no way.
I think her computer's trying to help us get into heaven. We know Karen ain't gonna get there, but I think the rest of us.
Child, she gonna be yelling from the bottom of the stairs. Stop with the goddamn!
That's how she gonna be. Hey, Tom, it's me. I'm like, I don't. Jesus.
Y'all don't know. Oh, now y'all don't know me, huh?
But you don't know?
Now y'all don't know me.
And then we're gonna play that Cam song. But you don't know?
Drink up all my damn juice.
Is that fresh?
Now y'all don't know.
I know you.
Get her. But she said her juice. Out here giving people catfuls and nothing. Oh, yeah.
We talking about somebody drinking juice?
If we be honest, I ain't really think it was nothing left in that carton. So the cat food was a treat.
You did that to
The
yourself.
cat food was a treat.
You did it to
I was
yourself.
actually the
Because
last
they
one
was
to pour it,
going.
and I was like,
Hold
oh, I don't want to be the one who drink up all
Let me
the
be.
juice. Let me just leave this little bit in there.
You know what? Kids do that bullshit. Kids do that bullshit.
My kids, I'm like,
All the time.
just drink the rest of the fucking juice.
You got a teaspoon of fucking cereal. What you gonna do with it? You gonna sprinkle it on something? Like, put it in the bowl. These little kids.
It reminds me of Harlem Nights. Got my mouth fixed with goddamn
Yes.
ass. It's got some raggedy ass tuna fish in here.
That's right.
Why you just gonna leave swallow the oranges in there? Why not just drink it up?
Because they don't like to finish nothing. They don't like to finish.
Because I've learned it. The reason why they don't like the finishes is because then they have to wash.
You the one
out
that gotta go.
You gotta
And
wash.
you gotta
it
go
out.
replace it.
Yes. Or it ends up in the trash and they got to take. Either way, you're gonna have to wash it and take it out.
Yep.
That's it.
Is the moral of the story.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
That's how they are.
We got some stuff coming up for our 1 year.
Yes. So we are. Our new logo should be done. I don't want to overpromise, but it will be done by at least next week. And we also got some merch coming your way.
Yes.
Come on, we
selling
synopsis
So
shirt.
you can support your favorite cast member, Fresh Nichols.
Oh
Can I get that on my? Can I get that on my character?
No.
Can I
That
get
is
my
gonna
character to say Fresh Nichols?
Why not?
No, yours
Yes.
is going to be called Juice Thief.
Fresh Nichols, the juice thief. I'll accept
Not
it.
Why
getting
would
all that
that
on the
sound like a bad
shirt.
pimp?
Nichols no swiping. Nichols no.
No swiping.
Alright, Big Red.
You trying to make that
Relax
your
a little,
word.
Big Red.
Little big
Meanwhile,
red.
she didn't even know who Red was.
Well,
Neither here nor there.
well.
You drink
You
my
know-
swig.
I'm
Me drink my peach flavored ice.
gonna give y'all some props on that one, cause yeah, I watched Friday. I just don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And you wanna know how I knew I had fucked up? My girlfriend, who has never seen like any important black movie ever,
Oh, y'all
Oh,
perfect
so
for each
you
other.
don't belong
but she
together.
knew Friday frontwards and backwards. I was like, you saw the meme with the little boy with the chain? Yeah, that's the chain that so and so took. And I was like,
Wow.
well,
So
Here's
what
my
we're
black
saying
card.
is that
Wow.
we're going
If y'all
to
work to
sit
get
you
it back next year.
and your
I
girlfriend
got it.
down and make y'all both watch
They're not going.
It's too
important
late.
black movies.
It's too late.
girl, we got a date to see Medea in March. We don't worry about y'all.
Okay.
Medea's getting killed off. y'all.
we here to talk about
Medea
Gabrielle. Congratulations.
Medea Medea gets the gout.
But get.
Anyway,
Karen gets put out.
congratulations to
Karen
Gabrielle
gets put
Union
out.
and Dwayne Wade.
Yes,
Gather
they're
your
conceiving
things.
their child.
Their baby.
You ready?
Their baby girl.
Oh, my brother's calling me. I'm gonna call you
Aw,
back.
I did not know that they were trying to do that.
you
How
know
old
what?
is she?
She's 40
She's
something.
40 something.
Okay.
But you know what? In her book, she
talks
discussed
about-
I
how
still have not
difficult
read
it
that.
has been.
Yeah, the difficult.
I really
Yeah, so I understand why she kept that completely under wraps. She
I would
said,
too, because people are trash.
yeah,
He
she said
was.
she would go to the doctor's office for a sore throat. And like the nurses would be so intrusive, they would come in and be like, "Are you sure you're not pregnant?
Yo,
Are you
no,
sure you're not
no,
pregnant?"
no,
And then she
no.
said, what really like pissed me off was like different nurses would come in the same visit and ask the same question. So she had to admit after failing IVF so many times, no, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant.
And that's
So that they can leak the
re-traumatizing
shit.
you, right?
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
really
I think
insensitive.
I said this before, but medical terminology really, really, really sucks because for like a woman like Gabrielle Union, all of her failed miscarriages, and women who have a hard time getting pregnant, all of your failed miscarriages in medical terminology, you know what they call that?
What?
A serial abortionist.
What?
Yes.
So
How can you be an abortionist?
after I had my miscarriage, I went to a genetic doctor just to make sure that there was nothing genetic wrong or whatever the case may be, you know. And so she looks and goes, "Oh, well, it doesn't seem like you're a serial abortionist. So the next time you conceive, you should be fine."
Empathy.
That was the man that created that. There's no way.
Oh, it's always men that create it. So
There's
like,
no
because,
way.
and I get it because the because what you do to clear out your uterus after an abortion during an abortion is the same thing that you do to clear out your uterus after a miscarriage. However,
one happens naturally.
one happens naturally, right? Like, however, that terminology is so offensive to
Yes,
somebody
it is.
who has, and I can't even
hurtful.
imagine somebody like, so she's probably had somebody say that to her, like, or that just like, it's literally, it's medical terminology. It's on your noun chart, like,
And even the first lady has come forward
Yes,
and brought up that
I'm
she
so
had to
proud of
endure
her.
IVF
Mhm.
because her and the president were having issues conceiving.
Mhm.
So it's a very common thing.
it is. It is.
Unfortunately.
Has
And
anybody read her book?
It's not.
It's not out yet.
Oh. Well, what the hell? She be here.
I mean, she's doing a press tour for the
Yeah,
book.
for the book.
Yeah,
Like,
most
that's-
of the time they
it's coming
read
out soon, though.
excerpts to
Yeah.
motivate people to
To
read
buy.
it.
I'm excited.
I mean, you
I
can
got
pre-order it at this point.
Yeah.
We got tickets.
All right. So,
That's it.
Get 'em on the
That's
stage.
all we got on there.
60-second shootout.
I think Secret Service will take
Yeah.
me out.
Wow. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
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 All right.
Wait, before we go, show recaps. We got the Housewives are back. Y'all watching Married to Medicine?
The first episode,
Juicy.
I'm behind. Yes. Oh,
I haven't watched.
I'm so behind
Last
us.
Night.
I did hear that what's her face Quad allegedly cheated on her husband with her.
How?
She cheated on I forget who. I think it was with the one that doesn't like her brother-in-law.
Oh.
Mariah.
Yeah,
Girl.
I heard
Oh,
that.
they like besties. There was rumors that they was getting it on.
I mean, they probably did.
Girl. The first episode of Housewives of Atlanta was boring to me.
Was it?
I told my mom that. She was like, "You just wait.
Just waiting.
Give it." I'm like,
That's
I think
how
it's
it
a lot
goes.
going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
That's usually
I
how it
think
goes.
I
what
really
you call it
feel
needs
for
to back
Greg
out.
and
Yeah.
Greg and
Cool.
Nene. That's
This
too
is-
much.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I can already sense how that's gonna no.
Is he still sick?
Which
Yeah.
one?
Especially
Yes.
if they doing all the bickering and all the other
Yeah.
stuff. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's too toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that.
So we'll see where that
I just
goes.
started binge watching Scandal again because
What?
what? What's wrong with that?
Come back. Let me tell you. Give How to Get Away with Murder a second chance.
Listen,
Listen, it got so good.
How to Get Away with Boring
It got
Things.
so good.
How to Get Away with Wearing the Same Wig for 7 seasons.
No, since she got some
No,
new
she
wigs.
got
Don't
some
do it.
new
Don't
Now,
do her. Don't
but
do
for the
her.
first, 4,
She got some new wigs.
it was the same suspect ass,
Well,
crooked
I
ass
mean,
wig.
no shade, but have y'all ever seen Shonda Rhimes wigs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's why she in the writer's room.
Wait a minute, because Olivia Pope's
Wigs wasn't that good
always
either, no.
Together.
No.
Not in the beginning.
Girl, do you know? I saw The Hate You Give a second time. Do you know I was sitting at that screen staring?
Told
at,
you.
Uh,
Stars here.
Regina Hall's.
Oh, did you see it?
Regina
Girl,
Hall's.
they done put the makeup in it. That thing was itching my
I
spirit.
said, what?
Yes, they
And
did.
then I couldn't figure out if Star had crocheted braids.
I think she had a mixture.
Or were they-
Cause some was
because
like
some
blonde in the
scenes
back. Yeah.
Some of them do that where they'll have crochet in the middle
Okay.
and then they'll actually do the real
I was
individuals
just
around
so
the edges.
confused. I couldn't even cry.
I was like, what was the time frame for?
I couldn't even get my
Shooting.
cry in my spirit right because
couldn't
that
even
wig
get
was so
my cry.
suspect.
I was just like, Ty was right.
That just reminds me of it.
Tyra
So did anybody ever
Wigologist.
watch Desperate Housewives?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You remember the
like them.
episode when Bree's husband died
Mm-hmm.
and she couldn't cry because she hated to die?
Mm-hmm.
This is reminding me.
I don't remember. But I used to watch it.
What?
You good, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nobody trying to act like it's trying to get you just I said, no devil.
She
Oh,
over here
no,
doing
no.
smelling salts.
I'm about to
Let's
say,
go.
you
All
already
right,
know
so
my
let's see second shooter. I gotta go get scoop on.
I'll go
Still y'all
first.
watch.
Let me go first.
She gotta go get school.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, okay.
Wait, let me check my stamps.
Oh, you actually got your sandwich?
Shut up.
Oh,
Shut up. Ready. Bazinga.
I hope somebody bring up how she got tore up in that group chat.
I've been getting tore up all week. All week.
Poor
Dog.
But that's not what mine
Okay.
is about.
Ready?
I'm ready. So I alluded to this on my Facebook post not too long ago. I just would like to say to some people that the holiday season is coming up, but you will not be getting a celebration from me.
Well,
You will be celebrating winter. What does a winter celebration look like? It's cold and empty. You good, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I just want to let y'all know that I have been very generous and very gracious. And I'm about to start giving people the same energy that they give me.
A you on you.
Yep.
Yes, a you on you. I would also like to put some people on notice and remind them that my position as a wife is very important. I control a lot of things.
Ooh!
The end. Thanks for coming to my
You-
TED Talk.
You heard? You heard?
And this was going
Hello!
Just
What's happening? What's happening? Oh, Lord.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Thank you.
Matching energies. We can talk about that next episode.
What?
I used to be with it. Oh, matching energy. But then doesn't that mean you allow somebody to bring you down to their
Nope.
shitty level?
I'm just saying, if you give me nothing, you get nothing in return.
All right,
Well,
you better Medea,
That's a
stop going out
word.
of
You
here.
better, that's a word.
Amen, y'all.
Hallelujah.
All right, I'll
Who's
go.
next?
Who's next?
I'll
You
go.
got her time?
My phone is over there.
Oh my! I don't got no. That's why I got a head on because I don't got no edges left dealing with them.
But you did it to
I don't
yourself.
got no edges left.
97% of the
That's
time, if
these
we being real.
fools.
Okay.
You ready?
This is for house guests.
Ooh.
So I had the pleasure of staying at my awesome line sister's house this weekend, and she had another guest there. And you know, when you've been to somebody's house several times, you are no longer a guest. You're really family. If I could come in and go straight to your fridge, I'm fucking family. So that means when the family is cleaning, you also clean. I'm not saying you gotta be in there scrubbing the grout in the tub, but you know, helping them straighten up things, maybe wash a dish here or there. Don't lay your raggedy ass in the middle of the living room while we trying to straighten up the living room. And then you just like, oh, I'm sorry, did you want me to move? Bitch, yes, I want you to move. I also would like to talk to the people that are guests in somebody else's home and waste food. That's not my money, but I will fight you. If you waste somebody that I care about, like this woman made you a whole breakfast, you ate 2 bites, oh my God, I'm so full. Don't bring your hungry ass over here no more. I'ma fight you.
Who does that?
I told you earlier, that's
My
why I don't like
ministry
her.
is I'm not hungry. If it don't look like something that I'm gonna eat.
I ate.
Hello.
It was a solid breakfast. She made scrambled cheese bags. She gave you fresh toast. She gave you some, you know, it's up north, so they eat pork roll. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, you got a good balanced meal there, beloved. So
Wasn't good enough, huh?
I don't know what the hell her problem was, but she really laid on that damn sofa bed, laid out like a Greek goddess. What the?
Well, you know, some people can't really go out on their budget, so that might have been hypnotized. That might have been her Airbnb.
Air, bitch, bye.
I just want to start out by saying, to those of you who eat scrapple,
Ooh.
You don't love yourself.
and you think that it's a delicacy,
Child.
it's not.
It's
And I'm not going to go back and forth with you about what tastes good and what don't when you eating scrambled gray.
And
That's what you out here eating. And you want to have an opinion about what I'm doing with my insides. But you out here eating scrambled gray. It don't make no sense to me. Okay? And for the last portion of my shout out, I'd like to give a shout out to the women in my family who have really showed up for me this year.
Oh, that's
Y'all
dope.
don't know how much that I needed y'all. But y'all have been here for me and I love you. And we're going to keep doing this thing. Time out.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Scrambled
Where my
gray,
sound?
almost.
Because that is exactly what it is.
It is.
Like, if nobody can explain to you what scramble is, and that's exactly what it is. I'm here for it. I don't know where this is gonna go. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Well, I was gonna. Oh, well, we're starting the time. Okay.
You said let's go like
no, it's
twice.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. This group has a history of. No! Don't you stop it! Don't you stop it! No! Stop my 51 seconds back. We're gonna have 6 seconds of silence until we get to 51.
I will end this because I'm ready for bed. So.
Okay, so even though, like I said, I am just edgeless because these people, Keisha included, they just have no picks when it comes to me. I say one thing out of turn, out of character. Next thing I know, my whole life is being dragged through the group chat. This week I've had my wig knocked to the side. I've woken up with my wave cap off. I've had a meme made of me and my dog featuring the Grinch and his dog. So, I mean, despite being a battered and abused friend, I really appreciate my tribe. They humble me. They keep me humble. Okay?
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
I could be really feeling myself, but they make sure, as soon as I get to that spot, they come in and snatch me right on down. Like, hey, no. Ooh, stay down here where you belong. All right. That's my time.
I mean, you make it sound like we're crabs in the barrel.
They are crabs in the barrel.
First of all,
I forget what I even said that
we be having normal conversation.
Yeah, and you come in all aggressive like, I'll punch you in the face.
No, because
like,
wow. Somebody asked me, why you do that? And I said, because I can. And that's a logical answer to me.
That's not how.
Next thing
that's
I know,
not gonna make us drag you.
Pictures are flying of a girl with a wig.
I had to give you a dap in person though, because when I hit her with the. Somebody woke up with their wig on the pillow instead of their head, and you hit that
And it comes with visual representation.
I was at my desk in shambles. Shambles.
They're the bullies on the playground.
What?
Can't even play with them.
Who's a bully though? Who?
So I'm gonna take my toys and go home.
I am.
Anyway, to reiterate, church announcements, everyone's. We can be followed on anywhere on social media at the Synopsis.
Yo, show the camera.
Yo, please.
You can't say it. That's her contact photo. That's her contact photo. Just in case you're ever confused. Just in case. You thought I told y'all in the group chat I was gonna make that your contact photo. I told you I was gonna do it.
I made it her and Rufus.
If y'all want to reach us, we can be found at KarenandThreeHoles.com.
See what happens? How you gonna act when I act up?
Woo, my chest hurt.
And that's why she got that hat on.
We are at this been going since Monday.
That wig is on our
Matter of fact, I think I got dragged for something last week. I'm trying to remember what it was. But y'all just been.
You've been talking with your chest for the last few weeks.
Because I stand up for myself.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because I'm confident. They don't want to see me be confident, beloved.
Is that what it is?
They don't want to see me.
I don't think it's that.
I think I'm having auditory hallucinations from the Vicks, because that sounds
that
like
ain't right.
Hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen. If y'all need something, y'all know where to find us. Shit. All right. This is the 50th episode.
Goddamn.
Thanks for joining us.
We
appreciate y'all.
What's this episode called?
I'll go for Fresh Nickels.
Fresh Nickels.
Yes.
Fresh
Nickels.
Nickels.
It is so ordered. It is so
Fresh
ordered.
Nickels. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, God.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Yo. Woo, Lord. Y'all funny.
Yeah, my contact photo though, bro.
I mean,
Sorry,
I
fam.
told you. I said it in the group chat.
She did say it, though.